morning, everyone. Welcome to Success Series number 2, the academic experience, support at every stage of your journey. We would like to welcome you to our session. My name is Jill English, and I am one of the co-hosts for this session. I'm here with many of my colleagues. One is Cisco Boschman, who is also co-hosting today. So welcome to our session. We have a few little housekeeping items to take care of first. So let's get going. So welcome to our success series. Please note that this presentation will be recorded so that students who could not attend today will have opportunities to attend. Your camera and microphone have been muted for this presentation. So at the end, we'll have an opportunity to ask questions and answer your questions in the chat, but we'll get to that in a little bit. You should be logged in on using your name that you applied to Niagara College with. Our chats are monitored by both an academic advisor and a library person as well. So we have Teresa and we have Sean here who are going to be helping us monitor the chat. And if you do end up having some connectivity issues, please log out and try another browser. We find that Chrome works best for these presentations, and then just rejoin us. That would be great. So I'd like to turn things over to Cisco right now.
Hi, everyone. My name's Cisco. I'm a library facilitator with the library. I'm going to begin today with a land acknowledgement. So even though we're meeting virtually today, we are going to start with a land acknowledgement in order to give a moment of reflection on our relationship to the land that we'll all be attending school on in September. So Niagara College acknowledges that we are gathered on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee. We offer our sincere gratitude to them as the stewards of this land, which is protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement's 3 principles: to take only what you need, leave enough for others, and always keep the dish clean. Today, many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit communities from across Turtle Island continue to live and work in this territory. Acknowledging the peoples whose territory we are on and the agreements that guide their stewardship of this land reminds us to reflect on and respect their unique relationship to this land. It also is an invitation for all of us to identify and engage in actions that respect and reinforce our commitments to truth and reconciliation and Indigenous rights, including the Colleges and Institutes Canada Indigenous Education Protocol.
Thank you, Cisco. So this is a slide that our folks from Student Rights and Responsibility wanted us to share to remind you that good citizenship, respect, and civility are everyone's responsibility when engaging in online learning. It is important to remember that proper online etiquette helps to maintain a respectful online educational environment. So as a student of Niagara College, you have rights and you also have responsibilities. So I would encourage you to maybe take a picture of the slide. You can see the website and go and check out what are your rights and your responsibilities and get familiar with the Student Code of Conduct. That would be very helpful as you start to proceed through your studies here at Niagara College. Okay. So Cisco, I can turn that one over to you.
Okay, so this is the goals for today's session. By the end of today's session, you'll be able to describe the main strategies to succeed in class and co-op terms, identify the main resources and skills that contribute to successful learning and experience, and you'll be able to recognize the importance of assignments and exams and how to prepare for them.
Very important stuff. So you will see that we are at sort of step 3. We did the getting started at NC, getting connected. So now we're at the academic experience. And of course, Career and Beyond will be the next presentation in our sessions available. So the academic student journey. Cisco, I'm going to turn this one over to you.
So this is what we're going to go over today and specifically. We're going to review the language of NC. We're going to discuss strategies for success in class. We're going to go over supports for academic success, how to prepare for assignments and exams. So it's really important. Resources for academic success and strategies for success in co-op.
So when I first came to Niagara College about 20 years ago, one of the things that I struggled the most with was understanding Niagara College's language. So I find that we talk in a lot of acronyms. And so as students, you need to be familiar with some important acronyms as well. So we've laid out a few here that you're going to come across as you study at Niagara College. AA refers to academic advising or academic advisor. So a faculty may say to you, you need to go see your AA, and that's what that means. CCR is co-curricular record. The co-curricular record is a transcript of your work outside of your academics. So that's something that you'll want to, keep track of, because it is something that will separate you maybe from somebody else. So when an employer looks at maybe your transcript and your academics, they'll also see another transcript of all the things that you've done outside your volunteer work, and really shows you as a well-rounded student. So that is an important record to have. The ITS stands for Information Technology Services, and that is if you started to have some troubles with maybe your Brightspace or any kind of computer issues, information technology will help you. Oh my goodness, all these beeping. LLC is Library and Learning Commons. Niagara College is NC. Nicole is the Niagara College online enrollment, and this will be something as you start to go into timetable building or timetable block selection. Nicole is the online enrollment system. It's actually not a person. It's a online system. So that's how you're going to enroll in your timetable. SAC is your Student Administrative Council, and TLP is your Teaching and Learning Plan. And we'll touch on that a little more as we go through the presentation, how important the TLP is. The other thing that's not here is AAR, which is Academic Advisement Report. And that's a document that you will follow through your entire program. So that's another thing that you will become familiar with. So strategies for success in class. So I don't think this is a big surprise, but attending class is really, really important. And any other learning opportunities to fully engage in your course content. So you may have lectures, you may have a class trip, you have opportunities that you want to engage in. So please attend your classes. Review the TLP, your teaching and learning plan, to ensure you are reading the correct materials. So I teach a course here, and in my TLP, I make sure I break it down by week, and I make sure I include whatever materials you will need by week. I also include the assignment weight. So if an assignment is worth 5%, that is on the TLP. That's important information for you. So your TLP is really your guide through your course. So it's a very important document. You'll have a TLP for every course you're enrolled in. Check your NC email and Brightspace every day to get critical emails from your instructors. Again, think about this. What if your teacher was ill, you had an 8:30 a.m. class on campus? If you didn't check your Brightspace to see that your teacher put an announcement there that class was canceled due to illness, you would come on campus at 8:30 and then be sorely disappointed. So please get into the habit of checking your emails and your Brightspace every day before you even come on campus. I can tell you over the last 20 years, there's been times where we've gotten a message that there's been a water main break or power outage, something like that. So before I even leave to come to work, I always check to make sure. So read class materials in advance so that the lecture and labs make sense, so that you know what you're stepping into today, what is the topic that's being covered, that you are not taken by surprise. Have a binder or a notebook for each course to keep everything in your courses together and organized. Be on time for your classes and come prepared so that you're not disrupting the learning of others or the faculty, and that you don't miss any important learning. Often what will happen is a faculty will say, hey, if you're late, you're going to have to wait till break time and come in then. So making it a priority to be on time is important. Actively participate and ask questions to ensure you're understanding the materials that are being taught. Do not be afraid to ask questions, because the likelihood is somebody else also has a question, just like what you're thinking about. So please don't be afraid to ask, engage, and connect with your academic advisor, academic drop-in facilitators, and peer tutors for help throughout the term. So if there's something that you need, if you don't know where to go, then come to us as academic advisors. We will refer you to whatever resource you need. We are here to help guide you. So please reach out if you need a helping hand, some direction, okay?
So there's lots of free homework help at the library. Another place to go to for help. All of this, all the services that we're talking about today are covered by our tuition. So make use of it and come get help if you need it. So there are academic drop-in sessions, which are taught by professionals who have expertise in their field of study. And they're available in math, science, writing, and ESL. So mainly this would be for your communications classes or your math classes. These are drop-in sessions that you would attend. They're available during the day. I believe when math is available in the afternoon right now and writing is available in the morning, but that might change over the fall semester. You can attend as often as needed. You just drop in, you don't make it an appointment, and you bring your homework and they'll walk you through the problems. They won't do your homework for you, but they will walk you through any problems that you're having. And this service is available in person and online when it is open. Now it's only open during the day, so make sure that you don't leave your homework to the very last minute, because there won't be help at nighttime. There's also peer tutoring, which would be for your classes outside of communications and math. If you're having problems with a specific course, please don't hesitate to reach out and get a peer tutor. You go online to this link here and sign up for a tutor for your course. If you don't see a tutor, one will be provided for you. Well, we'll try to find one for you. You don't have to pay for the service, and it's someone who has taken the class before and gotten an A. So they will sit down with you one-on-one, either in person or online, and you'll have an appointment, and you'll meet with them, and they'll help you through with your issues or problems that you're having in class. It's best to sign up for this if you think you need it at the very beginning of the semester rather than the end of the semester, because that gives us time to find someone for you. So don't hesitate.
Good advice. So importance of assignments and exams. So again, reviewing the TLP, the teaching and learning plan, to ensure you're meeting deadlines for assignments. I would recommend that if you don't have a whiteboard, maybe get yourself one so that you can put clearly dates for your courses of due dates and even percentage weights, so that you have something very visual to see. Do not miss submitting your assignments, because you may not be able to submit assignments late. Your faculty will outline in their TLP what are the rules. So if you're a day late, they start to deduct marks, or they will not accept late assignments. So those are things that as a student, you want to make sure you have that information so you know. Ask your instructor for clarification if you don't understand the requirements of an assignment. Again, they're the person that are there to teach you. So if you have questions, just ask. They will help you. Follow up with your instructor if you don't understand the feedback you received. So say you did an assignment and thought you knocked it out of the park, but yet your grade came back and it wasn't quite what you expected. Make sure you're following up with your instructor so that you can understand what the expectation is, and maybe where you may have missed the mark, so that you know that that won't happen again. So do not miss your exams. You may not be able to retake them. If you think you'll be absent for your exam, you're going to need to talk to your instructor beforehand. There may be requirements that you will have to do. Often exams will be rescheduled at the end of the semester. But again, you're going to have to speak with your faculty individually about that. You need to ensure you have a passing grade in each course to meet grad requirements. So a passing grade in courses is 50%. An overall GPA in most programs is 60% in order to graduate. Get help when you need it to ensure that you're doing your best. Connect with your advisor, your academic drop-in facilitator, or peer tutors. We're here to help you. That's our goal. That's our job. So please make sure you connect for help. So strategies to do well in assignments and exams. So stay on track with your assignments. Ask the instructor for clarification in class, email, or during office hours. Make sure you're meeting your deadlines. This is a really great piece of advice. Create a study group. And I'm sure Cisco could tell you that many students book the rooms in the library to have time to study together. And I think having a study group is really great because you're all different learners and you all bring something to the table. So study groups are really helpful. Allow enough time to study. Avoid the night before studying. We all know what happens there. That becomes a bit of a nightmare when you're trying to cram. Figure out how you learn best. So I think understanding your learning style is also very helpful. If you're somebody who's a very visual learner, there's techniques that you will want to sort of use, maybe highlighting and color. If you're a kinesthetic learner, it's about moving things. So figure out you as a learner, what is your strength? And practice breathing techniques as you go into your tests, because we all know you kind of go into a test in that fight or flight, and breathing helps to bring down your heart rate and helps you to settle down. So these are some really good strategies on how to be successful in your exams.
So speaking of exams, the library does have a test center located in each of the libraries. You will use the test center if you have a letter of accommodation for testing. It's a quiet space for you to write tests at maybe a little bit longer time, depending on what your letter of accommodation says. You can go to the test center for missed or make-up tests, but only if that's approved by your instructor. So don't skip a test thinking that you can just make it up at the test center. You have to talk to your instructor about that. That's, for an emergency, if you were to get sick or something like that, and you couldn't come in to write your exam. You book online, and it is a free service for students at Niagara College.
So strategies to study smart. So practicing time management. Having good time management will also allow you to do things that you want to do, not always having to cram things. If you have good time management, then you'll be able to balance maybe your work life and your school life, your home life. So that is something that you need to practice. And avoid procrastination. I think we all are sometimes victims of procrastination, and trying to find ways in which to keep yourself motivated. Create your workspace. So I think about students who maybe, are working at their dining room table at home. There could be a lot of chaos going around. Maybe try to find a quiet space at home that you can do your work. Same on campus. So make sure you eliminate your distractions. Maybe close down your devices where you're easily distracted by social media or other things. So make it an environment that you can solidly work. Establish a routine. Usually takes about 2.5 weeks or so to establish a new routine. So maybe that means waking up a little earlier, getting things done earlier in the day so that you have time later in the day for other priorities. Get support. We're outlining to you today all the available supports at the college. So please don't get snowed in and get caught in a vacuum of not being able to get through your stuff. Get support. Ask. That's why we're here. Try to reduce your course load if you're finding that things are too overwhelming. Never reduce your course load without speaking to your advisor first. There could be a course that's a prereq. If you decide to drop something that you didn't know that you needed to have completed first before an upper level course, then you will set yourself back unknowingly. So always reach out to your advisor when it comes time to reducing your course load. And again, just being very aware of deadlines. Find places where you can have that recorded visually, so you can see that, you know, on September 13th, this is due, that you don't forget, because you're going to be overwhelmed. You might have 6 courses or even 7 courses of you competing due dates. So just try and stay as organized as possible with your due dates.
Yeah, you don't want anything to creep up on you.
Yes.
So there are student spaces, Jill mentioned, in the library for you to study. There's the Learning Commons at both campuses, and that's more of a communal area where you can eat your lunch, you can meet up with friends. It's a louder area for study. But there are bookable study rooms or study pods for you if you want to work in group or do collaboration. Let's say you want to prepare for a student presentation. You might not want to do that in front of everybody. So then you would come and book a study room and use that in order to do your preparation. There are quiet spaces for individual study. There's a quiet room at the DJP campus, and then the upper floor of the library at the Welland campus is a quiet space. There are computers with access to printing. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Sorry. Are we still on the slide? Sorry, Cisco.
Yeah, that's okay. We have computers with printing and ITS help desk. There is an exploratory digital media lab at both campuses. So there's 3D printing, there's podcast studios, there's green screens for filming class presentations. And finally, there are designated peer tutoring rooms at both campuses so that you can meet with your peer tutor in a safe space.
Excellent. There we go.
Okay, so library resources for assignments. You can search. I'm going to go over each of these in more detail, so I'm not going to read them out in detail now. You can search, explore, or borrow for resources for your assignment. So we'll go over each of those in more detail. The searching, if you go to the library homepage, there is a search bar. Our library website is changing, so it's going to look a little bit different in September, but it will function the same way. There's a search bar, and you can search for your topic, and you can search all of our books, all of our physical books, all of our ebooks, all of our journal articles, all of our databases, all of our e-videos, all at one time. And then you use your Brightspace ID and password to log on to view the resource. So most of the research that you are going to do is going to be online. And you won't actually need to come into the library, but please come into the library and say hello and come check us out. We're really friendly, but most of the research you'll do will be online. You can explore. So there are subject guides for each particular area, and then there is a library liaison or a librarian attached to each subject guide, and they're the expert in your field. So consider them to be your personal librarian while you're on campus. If you go to the home page and look for subject guides, you can click for your program and click and see the subject guide. It has a list of books, a list of journal articles, some streaming videos, some websites, but more importantly, it has the name of your liaison on the guide, and you can contact them anytime you need help with your research. They'll be happy to help you out. Sorry, just turning my page. Mm-hmm. And finally, there's lots to borrow in the library. If you want to borrow a physical book, your library card, your student card is your library card. Most of our books, though, are online. You can transfer books from one campus to the other. So if you find a book that you really want to read at DJP campus, you can place a hold on it and have it sent to the Welland campus and vice versa. We will do interlibrary loan requests, so we will get books from other campuses for you. And we have reciprocal borrowing with Brock University. So you can go to Brock University and check out their books with your student card. What most students use the library for to borrow is equipment. So we have phone chargers, calculators, calculators just at the Welland campus, GoPro cameras, LCD projectors, digital cameras, video cameras. Those are all free for you to check out for 24 hours. The phone chargers are 4 hours, but everything else is 24 hours. So feel free to come to the library and borrow those items and say hi. finally, library staff are ready to help you should you need help. You can use the chat function on our homepage and you'll chat with a real live library professional who will help you find resources for your assignments. You can email us. You can book a one-on-one research help appointment with your subject specialist and they will meet with you and in their office and sit down with you one-on-one and do research. There is a citation and plagiarism guide right on the homepage, so you want to check that out before you start because you don't want to get caught plagiarizing or not citing your sources. And there are some information literacy modules that you can use to learn more about doing research. But again, just come to the front desk and ask for help. We're really friendly staff, we don't bite, and we're more than happy to help you.
So we did this, right? We covered that one, Cisco, basically. Yeah? Okay. So our friends in co-op wanted us to include this slide for you. So this is strategies for success in co-op. So if you are in a co-op program, attend the co-op workshop scheduled for your program and meet with your co-op consultant one-on-one. Get help with your resume and cover letter and practice your interviewing skills. We have many types of modules that will help you with your interviewing skills. So that will help prepare you for when you're really out on interviews. Apply for co-op jobs. You'll learn all about how you can apply for co-op jobs. And attend the career fair. It's an opportunity for you to be forward-facing in front of employers. It's a really fantastic event, usually held in February, so you'll want to make sure you do that. And don't forget to submit your co-op reports because actually that is your co-op grade. When you submit your report, it gets graded. So that's how that works. So make sure you're doing that. I'm going to recommend that you take a picture of this slide. This is the key links to key resources. So you can see academic advising, a career co-op website, advising guide. The advising guide is a great opportunity for you to get all kinds of information in one place. The academic drop-in sessions is important where the recordings are going to be. Health, wellness, and accessibility is where our accessibility counselor, our learning strategist, the college nurse, the college doctor. So those folks who are here to take care of you are there to help you. Information technology, I already mentioned that. So that's the ITS. Libraries and Learning Commons, you are certainly, there's the website. You'll want to go explore. Peer tutoring, students' rights and responsibility, and timetable selection. So depending on what program you are in, timetable selection opens on August the 8th at 7 a.m. If you don't know what day you select your timetable, get on the college website through your MyNC portal. Go look under opening dates, either by program or by date when your program will open. So for example, if you are a general arts and science student, you're selecting on August the 8th. If you are a greenhouse student, you're selecting on August the 12th, just off the top of my head. So, okay. So here we are. We've talked about academic experience. We've done these sessions here. Our next session will cover the career and beyond. So don't forget to attend session number 3. There are 2 dates, Wednesday, August 14th at 10:30 and Thursday, August 15th at 3 p.m. So the sessions, all of the sessions have been